Great. Thank you for confirming that with me. It's difficult on this end when I'm the only one. Welcome this evening, Tuesday, April 14th, in the year of 2015, to our Doves for Peace. Thank you again for listening to Sanetha Speaks as I continue to talk about our reincarnation. And many of you are familiar with the topic that I'm talking about. And I specifically wrote out a little write up about our spiritual transformation without leaving our bodies, reincarnation without leaving our bodies. And again, I would like to repeat that I understand how hard this is to comprehend for even the most adept, just the same way it is difficult for so many to comprehend what happens to us at our time of death and when and why we reincarnate over and over again. And I know many of you understand that we come here to learn. And I am aiming to help you understand why do we come here to learn. We all have gifts and abilities hidden in our DNA blueprint that is available to those who are ready, willing, and able to rise to the occasion as our own Savior, the Christ inside. So I have taken the opportunity before I went live to light my candles, as it is tradition with Doves for Peace, in honor of all the souls on the planet Earth who are seeking the truth, trying to find their way home, trying to understand life, trying to understand who am I, why am I here, and what is my purpose, and if I'm to find home, where is home? We all know inside of us that we have a drive that drives us in different directions, giving us different careers and different family situations, different lifetimes. And we return many times on this planet called Earth to learn the lessons that we missed the time before. It's a spiritual path, one that once we start the path on Earth, that we must continue, but it is our choice when and how we continue. So I just want to take a minute right now and read you the message I got this morning, which I posted on my Facebook page, Sanetha. You can find my Facebook page, Sanetha, if you're on Facebook. And it's called Thinking About Making Some Changes. You are the master of your game. And I call it a game for many reasons. Because if we take and look at it as a game, because it is a game, it's a game that we're playing, that's a serious game, and it can be a fun game. It's definitely a very challenging game. And if we only knew what it was that we planned in that game before we came here, it would be so much easier. But we don't. We have planned this over and over again with so many other souls to make a list of possibilities and probabilities that would change, make the turn, so that we would end up on a place on the path a little bit farther than it was when we returned the last time. And we are all aiming to end in that same place on the path, which I call home. So when the winds start to blow in another direction and you find yourself struggling in an energy that has completely changed the game, it is now time to make the necessary changes, /adjustments, /recreating, /reincarnating without leaving your bodies. The special note beside that says, since this has never ever happened in our history on our Earth, there are no manuals available to help you navigate the changes. You may be in need of some assistance. If you want to stay in the game, you will need to make the necessary adjustments to reach your highest potentials upon returning to the game played here on earth, dear ones. As the game has changed and we were all here to win it, you are the master of your game. I was inspired to write that this morning as I was watching the television this morning, and the young man who had won the Masters in the golf tournament here in the USA, only 21 years old, breaking records and coming out wearing the green jacket that they all so desire, that they aim for. And it reminded me of what we do. We all are here to become masters of our own game. The game is not just about Earth, but it is a place where the energy that we are receiving right now has never been received. We have actually crossed a timeline, and many do not know it. Many are unaware of what is happening to them, what is happening to the earth, what is happening to the universe. And I want to take you back a minute, and for many of you that are listening right now, you know that we have this wonderful person, our dearest Reverend Brother Sean, who started this Doves for Peace channel some time ago and has made it what it is today. And he has so many other things on the go along with what he does to bring his messages, his light to the world. And as we get so inspired and excited to deliver these messages because we know what our truth is, isn't necessarily the truth of others. And even though we are all here to earn an income, to be recognized, to also understand who we are, it seems to have gotten lost somewhere along the way. And I know that there are no mistakes about where and who and how we can find this information. And as we get busy in our lives and we get carried away, we find that we become tired and we become spiritually depleted, meaning that there is so much energy around us, and no matter how hard we work and what we try to accomplish, many times it leaves us feeling less than what we were at the beginning of the day. And I too often feel these energies and have many times, struggling through what we are dealing with. And I can't stress to you enough how I'm trying to find the words for the energy that is around us, and it continuously changes. So I want you to think about what it is that is happening for you in your day and what it is that you're trying to accomplish. And as I do this, I want to reiterate the things that I try to accomplish as what our dear brother Sean has tried to accomplish as he steps aside from some of the things that he has been working so hard, and he attempts to make some adjustments, some changes, as I do, as you will, as you've been thinking about what kind of changes, what kind of adjustments do you need to make you happy? What is getting in your way of making that change? Are you stuck? Are there things? Are there people? Is there an energy that stops you from moving forward? And as you listen to this information today about reincarnation, I want you to take that into your heart and all the way into your soul so that you understand what reincarnation is when we're out of the body. I will try to help you understand what reincarnation is while we are in the body. And many of you know that I am an author, and I have written the book, The Kingdom of Heaven, within the Holy Book of the Great Invisible Spirit. There is a picture of a dove that is flying to the earth, delivering peace. There are messages of peace and preparation. It is a healing communication to help you understand what reincarnation is, to help you understand that perhaps you have been here before. And I believe that many that are listening to this have been here before. There are souls who have never been here before, as I've said many times. Then there are souls who have been here many times on this earth. And I call them an old soul, a soul who has been on earth, reincarnated many times, who has been through the processes over and over again, returning back and forth. And as I discovered who I was less than 5 months before I incarnated into this body, I reincarnated into this one. And when I discovered that information, and it was not through past life regression, it was through my own finding. And I spent 18 months trying to understand, why would I discover who I was in a previous life less than 5 months before this incarnation, and not even searching for the information? And as we move through these energies, and as they move faster and faster, and change is happening very quickly. So when you're thinking about your changes and you're making your adjustments, you will be needing to change them constantly until you get into the flow. And it is a flow. So as Brother Sean takes some steps to readjust, to make changes, to get rested up, to fulfill his needs, to strengthen his physical self, he will come into alignment with the spiritual and the physical. And when we cross over to the other side, when we leave the body, many of you do understand reincarnation. Many of you have read many things about it. And every book has new information. And you take from that information what resides, what resonates with your soul about the information that you have read, that you have learned, that you have heard. And you may not resonate with what I have to tell you, and maybe you will. But I am here to tell you that we are all have the ability to reincarnate on this earth without leaving our body, just as the earth did. The earth decided to stay. The earth did not end on December 21st, 2012. Because people like our dear brother Sean, who takes his light and spends his entire life spreading that light from morning to night, till he is so weary he falls asleep, and it's getting more difficult because of the energies, and there are a lot of negative energies trying to fight us, trying to fight the light. So we need to regenerate. We need to get that fire back inside, because we are depleted from sharing our light. So everybody, please take this time to light your candle, whether it be a real candle or the light inside. And when you light your candle and you are inspired by the messages that are so much needed on this earth, for every single human being to move forward on the path, because we have made it. They need to understand what is happening to them, what is happening to the earth and the universe, because this has never happened before. You have an opportunity to be part of this. Let's take our lights and shine them and meld them together to create a huge fire for everybody to see, for everybody to understand that once you connect with that light and you carry that with you on your path, whether you speak or whether you're seen or whether you're just being felt, people can feel you, they see you, they hear you. And as your light grows, so does theirs. And as they walk away, their light, you have lit them up, and they are lighting others. And this is how we are able to hold this light. And this is how we are able to be where we are on this planet at this time in our history. So just think about this. Think about reincarnation. Step back and close your eyes and imagine for a minute that you have left your body. Only temporary. Let's do a little journey. And as you leave your body, and many people have near-death experiences, maybe some of you who are listening, this has happened to, and these are real. So let's have a near-death experience while we sit here live, as we reincarnate without leaving our bodies. Imagine we have left our bodies and we are looking down upon our body, and we are looking at all our family, our physical family, our mother, our father, our siblings, our friends, our families. They are mourning our leaving our body, but we are right there. It is our spirit. Our soul goes with us everywhere we go. We are moving from the physical form to spirit form. We have a soul, and we only use part of that soul. So as we hover over our bodies and we watch what's going on, we have choices to make. We can make decisions, whether to return to the body or to move on to finding home, to becoming spirit, to becoming spiritual. Because when we leave the body, we leave behind some of the things that have happened to us. We become pure again, but not before we do a life review, which is the next step after we make the decision. So if we move on to do a life review as we are being nurtured by our spiritual soul family and our spirit guides and our beautiful angels that are all around you. They have never left you. You just can't see them. And they told you before you left their sight that they would never leave you. And we made a pact that they could never help us until we asked for that help. So again, remember, they are there, right beside you. When you meditate, you will feel them, and you will start to hear them. Speak to them, even when you can't hear them. Let them know that you know that they're there. Let them know that you're trying to understand that they're there. Start talking to them, and each day it will get stronger. But right now, we're busy leaving our bodies as we have become spirit. This is the spirit that when we have left our body, people are trying to communicate. And suddenly, you're gone. And they don't know that you're standing right beside you. Spirits never die. And we've been told this over and over again. And we are multidimensional. We return over and over again. Why? We return to learn the lessons. And it's those lessons that we gain that move us forward on our path. So as we return to spirit and our soul family, and we go through all what happened and what didn't happen, the list of possibilities and probabilities, the things that went right, the things that went wrong, then we spend some time, and depending on what the circumstances of our departure was, will depend on how much nurturing we need, how much time we need before we reincarnate again. And in my instance, I had to find a body and return so that I would be here at the right place at the right time. It was discussed amongst all of us that I would be here at this time to deliver this message to you, to be one of many light workers who would help us find our way across the timeline, find our way to navigate the energy. It's not easy. And we all have children who are being born into this new energy, who are having difficulties because it is a new environment. The parents and the children will be struggling, not knowing how to have a life of love, of happiness, of joy in this new energy. And as I am here to help you, I need you to help me, to help Brother Sean and the rest of them who have come here, to help everybody so that we can come together collectively as a community to spread light, to help the world, to help the earth, to help humanity, so that 50 years from now, when your children and your grandchildren, they will understand that the words that I speak now and the truth that are behind them have always been the truth. So as we review our lifetimes with our families, we devise a new plan, just like we are right now. As these new energies are difficult, we are needing to make changes to our new environment because the earth has reincarnated. We need to make the changes to survive on this planet. The planet is changing from dark to light. We have made it. We can celebrate. But it is a difficult journey ahead. Are you with me or are you without me? We can do this. We can do this together. So please take this time and close your eyes for a moment and go inside and find out that there is more to you than just this body. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. Yes, you understand this. And we have come back and forth into the body. And sometimes we come into families that we have never had lifetimes with. And perhaps you don't quite fit in. And maybe you're the black sheep because maybe you have never been in that family, don't understand you. And so you need to go within and find your way. And oftentimes when this happens, it was so that you could find your place here to help the rest of mankind when the time came. And as I was writing the book and discovered who I was in that lifetime, I spent 18 months trying to figure it out, am I supposed to call somebody? I still knew who I was. I knew my name. I owned the book that I wrote in that lifetime. They were still talking about me on the internet. I still had a family. Yes, that's crazy, and you might think I'm crazy, and that's okay, because we all are in this game together. We are masters of our destiny. We have gifts and abilities on our DNA blueprint, as I write in the book. And again, if you haven't had a chance to get the book, I can tell you that you buying my book isn't going to make me rich. I have spent thousands of dollars trying to deliver this book to mankind. And when I wrote the book, I thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to be ready for all this stuff that's going to happen when somebody finds out that one person has discovered who they were in their previous lifetime, and they know their name. They know where they lived. They know where they were born. They know where they died. They know why. They know why they returned. And here they have this huge message to deliver to the world, to deliver to you. So many of you know that while I was writing my book, my dear son, Michael, crossed over to the other side. And it was very difficult for me, as you can understand. How would I finish the book, The Kingdom of Heaven, within the Holy Book, of this great invisible spirit? The Kingdom of Heaven is our heaven, which is inside. Can you rise to the occasion to find that holy book inside and take the time to clear off, to clean, to clear the hay so you can access the pages that are on that holy book, so that you can rise to the occasion to your Christ itself. We are all sons of God, dear ones. Jesus Christ died on the cross for our sins. And as I walked down the path this afternoon to my beautiful place on this babbling brook, I was given a vision. The vision was Christ's cross, but it wasn't Jesus on the cross. It wasn't him nailed to the cross, that energy that makes us feel sad and inside. It makes us fear who we are. But it was a beautiful light, and an angel with wings was in front of that cross. She was telling me, you have crossed the timeline. You are spirit, and you are a spirit guide who has come here at this time on our earth to help others become spirit in a physical body. And you can do this. We can all do this. My son has been showing me the way as people try to connect to their loved ones through mediumship. And there are certain people who can get the messages to give to you, and what a healing that is. And I have been in training to bring that to go along with my new work of spiritual guidance, which will soon be available on my website, to help you clear off your heart, do away with the debris so that you can find yourself. And when you clean that off, you become the great invisible spirit. You spirit who is always with you, who we all believe to be on the outside of us, is now merging with us. We are becoming spirit in body, fully spirit in body, meaning that the DNA that we have, we will be able to have access to more of it as we grow with the winds of change and make those adjustments. We will have access to gifts that we had in other lifetimes, and we will be able to heal and be rid of disease, and there'll be joy and happiness. And there will be a different earth, as this earth has lifted and risen, as you will, risen to the occasion of being light. And those who choose to stay in the dark or leave their bodies to reincarnate, to find their way, we will be there for them, whether in body, whether in spirit, or whether we be there in both. And this weekend, it was very interesting for me as I attended a workshop for mediumship. And when I arrived, I was running late and I really wanted to get a good seat. And lo and behold, I was seated at the very front row and front and center, right in the middle. And of course, my son Michael led the way on that side, bringing spirit forward, other spirits. As I sat there front and center, working with the people that were around me before the show even started, talking to them and making things happen. And the signs were all there, and they're with you too, every single day. And as you awake and as you move into the energy, you will have a natural flow. But don't be hard on yourself, because the change is happening so fast. Just take time and meditate at the beginning of every day, or at the end, or both. Just take time to get into nature so that you can connect to yourself, so that you can connect to your guides and your angels, so you can connect to our God source, the Creator Himself, your soul family. Connect to others who are doing the work. Start your path, be the light. And I assure you that you will find your way. But there is much work to do, and we all need to start someplace. I continuously work on where I am going, and the journey has not ended. It has only begun. I will be here with you, and you can find me on my website as you see it on the screen, Sanetha.com. Read the posts every day. Tune in to Doves for Peace. Find someone who has a message for you. There are many light workers all over the world, in every single corner, in every community. Join together, spread your light, do your work. And more books are coming my way, and I'm trying to find a way to get them out to you. So I'm planning on writing some mini iBooks so that you can absorb the information as it comes. So to close this off today, I'm not sure, where are we? 333, I like that number. I am going to read a short part of the book for you to help you. And please, after hearing this today, don't hesitate to contact me at Sanetha at Sanetha@Sanetha.com, or send me a message on Facebook. So it's on page 82 of the book. It is a soul journey. I have found the kingdom of heaven within the holy book of the great invisible spirit. I am an old soul who has had many lifetimes. Each lifetime is like playing a new part in a play, so that I can experience another lesson, good or bad. When I depart, the lessons are reviewed. When I incarnate into the next life, I will leave home and go out into the universe to learn new lessons that I have created with other soul family, including many of you reading this book and listening to this broadcast. It is not much different than what we all do when we leave our home on earth to be all we can be. When I come back from my spiritual home, it is a continuous story. It is a soul journey. We are spirits. Spirits never die. We don't remember who we are and where we came from or how we got here. We know this leaving the spirit realm. No wonder we all have the same on our minds throughout our lifetimes. Who am I? Where did I come from? And how did I get here? These are the basic questions imprinted in our DNA. That is why the sets of possibilities and probabilities are established in an effort to rattle your memory enough to complete your life experiences with the same personality and the same light quotient. Each time you incarnate, you have new lessons, and maybe some carried over from the previous life. And for some, we call that karma. But the war is over for those who choose to end the war. During each lifetime, we will increase our light through the lessons that we have come to experience. Did you know we carry over our personality into each life form? We use less than 10% of our total personality in each new incarnation onto this planet. It is our soul that carries our total personality. Our personality is our unique blueprint. It is always with us. It is coded with all of our experiences throughout our soul's journey. The full use of the blueprint has been closed until the end of times. I have explained in much more detail in another chapter, and you are going to love this. Times are changing. The galaxy, the universe, the earth, and humanity are all evolving. We are living on a new earth, and we also need to evolve and match the vibration of this new earth. It's like living in a new environment. We are living in a new dimension. It is a cosmic event. Everyone has been waiting for this. Throughout the galaxy, the frequencies are now available that have not been available until now. This is a historical event. The first time a spiritual being having a human experience doesn't have to leave the physical body to have paradise or heaven on earth. This is the only way home through the holy book of the great invisible spirit. If your heart so desires, you will have a spiritual transformation. The great invisible spirit, your blueprint, is merely covered by a veil. And the book was downloaded to me, started around 2009, 2010, and completed in 2012. And I continue to receive more information. And many times I've mentioned that I have read that book 18, 19 times and counting. And every time I read the book, I feel another healing because it is that deep. And some of you who have maybe read it and didn't quite get some of the parts, that's okay. We can only absorb what we're ready to absorb. Spirit only gives us what we can handle for now. So if you're ready for more and you have the book, it might be time to read it again. It is a healing for you. I did it for you, as you did it for me, as we did it for each other. We're here together. So may I deliver peace to you as the dove flies toward the earth, delivering the messages of peace and preparation. And may this day forward, you take time and spend on yourself to have some quiet downtime, to come to terms with your life so that you can make the changes, the adjustments that you need so much for yourself. Because if you can't do it for yourself, you can't do it for others. So take that time and don't be hard on yourself and play well together and be like a child again, because that's where we're going. It's all love. It's all light. And I thank you for being with me here tonight. Love you all. Goodbye. see you next week. Well, actually, it'll be April 28th. So talk to you then. Bye now.